Hello, greetings and salutations. Welcome back. Man, holy snow. It's been crazy up here. Yes, feet upon feet of snow. And I was hoping to start the show, you know, by gloating about how the Bills kicked the crap out of the Steelers. But unfortunately, the game got postponed to tomorrow. So I can't do that. And I hope I'm not jinxing it. It's going to be a really good game. And actually, they were actually hiring people $20 an hour to go shovel the snow out of the stands. And my buddy goes, "Yeah, hey, they're doing it. Let's go." I go, "No, absolutely not." Absolutely not. But I have had my fair amount of snow blowing and shoveling over the last couple hours. So, and anybody that's in Buffalo knows exactly what I'm talking about right now. So yeah, it's great as we kick off the BFC this new year, and that we're reconnecting with some of the show's regulars. So please know that we are just getting warmed up, and we're really going to get into some really deep dives in regards to due diligence. So, guys, show some love, hit the like button, and share this content. Check out the merch store, and if you're feeling ultra risky, join the Patreon and join the private Discord. All right, let's get into it. My first guest is not an unfamiliar face to the fireside. Back for a brief update on business happenings is Iveda Solutions CEO David Lee. Let's bring him in. David Lee, welcome back to Buffalo Fireside Chats. How you doing?
Thank you all. Thank you, guys. How are you?
I'm excellent. Looking forward to a fresh start, a fresh new year. And, one person I was thinking about was you, because I'm like, man, you were really inspiring the last couple times you were on the show in regards to AI and everything that you're doing with your business. So I want to say officially Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year to you too as well. And to everybody listening.
Yeah. So why don't we talk about, let's go back and, as much as we want to look forward, let's talk about some of the accomplishments that Iveda Solutions has had in 2023.
Sure. There's quite a bit, and I don't have my press release here in a website, but what we did in 2023 was able to acquire contracts and agreements. Years prior was about proof of concept. It's about getting out there and teasing the market and also seeding the market at the same time. So agreements, contracts in what are three prime product sectors here. Everybody talks about AI. So the product that Iveda has out there is Iveda AI. This is our real-time video analytic search system and platform. It's that platform that takes any existing old school camera that's still functional today, and we allow you to find faces, weapons, license plate, dog, cat, kangaroos now, by the way. Gets a hint to where we're going. So that's a product that's out there with a significant contract and partner affiliation with Claro. We can touch on that in a little bit. We also were able to win a subcontract with a partner named Movement Interactive with our U.S. Veterans Affairs Office for fall detection technology for remote medical detection. So that's a huge one. We call that Iveda Care. We were able to launch something that is a supplement to Iveda AI, and that's called ViewMaster. It is very new. We launched it probably 2.5-3 months ago. ViewMaster complements Iveda AI because our existing customers are asking, can you do this? Can the AI do that? Can the AI find just Rolex watches on people's wrists? And can it identify possibly fake ones? Well, ViewMaster, you can train between how a real one looks and a fake one looks. And the difference in between is the variables for what's real and what's fake. I'm giving you that example because everybody understands the name. Everybody understands the value and application behind identifying something like that. Jewelry shop owners, guys, a jewelry shop owner can use an existing security camera utilizing ViewMaster in 2 hours can train what a real watch looks like and what a fake watch looks like. And ViewMaster learns that. You upload it to the Iveda AI cloud. The next time someone comes in trying to sell you a fake watch, you don't waste time anymore. You get that alert. Then you pull out what do you call those microscope, those things?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Then you pull one of those matters, right? One of those things. But guys, I'm proud because we launched there's a lot of products, and everybody thinks we're old school, knocking on doors, picking up phones. We still do that, but we do that at a very high, sophisticated level so that we build what's called a reseller channel network. If I can make 10 phone calls a day, but if I partner with the right reseller and enable the proper support structure and infrastructure of a partner, and they have 500 salespeople, that's what Iveda is doing. That's what Iveda accomplished. So yeah,
that's piping into the network, I would say. And you know what? Honestly, like talking about how you could utilize the infrastructure that's already there is really, it's a cost saver too for people and their businesses. I mean, to get into those hardwires, and the ViewMaster sounds great. The possibilities there are endless. God only knows what you'd be able to do. Well, you just demonstrated about the Rolex and the watches.
Yeah. Eric, it could count how many pepperonis a dude is tossing up. You got a 16-year-old working for you, just tossing a bunch of pepperoni on a pizza. Do you realize that ViewMaster can count how many pepperonis have been tossed in that pizza? I'm giving these examples that may not be put into use, but I'm telling you how easy the tech is. But then apply that to pharma. You're counting pills. How many Viagra pills versus a Tylenol in the pan that you're pouring for a prescription? This is what I'm talking about, how technology can be leveraged in real world scenarios. I'm proud 2023, we did that. We're out in the field. We're out in the street. We're rolling.
Wow. That's awesome to hear. That's absolutely awesome to hear. I am glad that Iveda Care is rolling along too. That's something that I thought that was, it's gonna be relevant, and it's not going anywhere. Let's talk smart city projects. Now you have embarked on that adventure across the world, and talking about you utilizing infrastructure that's already there. How are those things coming along with the smart city project? And by the way, guys, that doesn't mean that you're building all new wires, all new everything. Like it's more about information sharing than anything. So go ahead, David Lee, tell us more about where you guys are at with the smart city development.
That's a good one to touch on, Eric. We put out some announcements, and I'm going to try to keep this to where I can speak to announcements and relevant towards what's out in public information. The Philippines, much to look forward to and excitement in this year, because when one says that we're working on a smart city project, we have to be very real in the real world deployment, installation, and technologies. We start with the layer of communications. That's wireless networking, guys. Those are the Wi-Fi, 5G antenna radios and radio servers that one needs to install on existing electric poles or light poles within that city. Now, once you have a layer of communication, then you start applying all the devices for which you're going to send data across that communication network. In our world, it's loud horn speakers for the mayor to announce weather catastrophes, flooding in certain sections of the city. And then, of course, there's cameras. Cameras not to just watch people and cars drive by. Cameras applied with Iveda AI. Remember, all of our components, or I should say subset of our featured technology suites, come together to make a smart city. Along with the communication, we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth gateways that are applied to these poles and boxes as well. Why? Then you put taggers. Taggers on what? Taggers on police motorbikes, taggers on city garbage trucks, tags on items that you not only want to know where, but there's also meters that tell you, is the garbage can full, or is it flooded, or fire? Remember, IoT, the Internet of Things need connectivity. So when Iveda says we're working on a smart city project, you must salvage what's functional. You must bring up a realistic measure and medium for how your devices will communicate. You can sell it all a bunch of stuff, but if they don't work well with each other, they can't transfer data effectively, the customer's not going to be happy. So as we begin, when we announce, let's say, a $1.5 million contract, a $3 million contract, please, shareholders, understand a check is not given to you at that moment in time. There's these layers of components, devices, deployment, and back-end software that all gets put into this wonderful city. And eventually, how does it become smart? when all of what we do begins communicating and thinking and making decisions on the customer's behalf based on real data that comes throughout their city. Very exciting from Taiwan. We're working now also in the Middle East. Please note the Middle East. We said something a little about Cairo and Egypt. This is why when momentum is initiated in 2023, I'm always excited because I know what's happening, but I know as shareholders and people viewing and following, they go, okay, what happened? Well, what happens? We're working. We got to work to make this stuff reality, right? It's not just a press release. So, Eric, I'm stoked.
Yeah. Well, and and that's one thing that, and a lot of us that are here now, we started trading and investing back in 2021. When we were all sitting around and we were like, oh, I'm going to learn how to trade. But what's nice about where we're at right now at the BFC is we get to learn about the whole process, and it isn't just a share price. It's about what's happening with the actual business, especially with these small companies, small businesses that are going to try and make major, big changes, impact the world. So that sounds awesome. Congratulations on the success that you've been having. I do have a question from Thebes. All right, here we go. It's sort of a double question. So, by the way, Thebes, thanks for joining. I'm in IVDA. My question is the company expanding sales? It's been around a long time. And he follows up with, also, when does he expect an increase in net profit?
Very good question and very valid. I understand that we've been around for a long time. And the advantage of being around for a long time is that you learn to adapt and evolve to the market demands, what people are truly buying versus what the entrepreneur or we technology cats believe people want. So please understand and help me share the respect of time and longevity. And what that gives you is the strength of today. Every company wants to build that hockey stick trajectory. Well, it's not a decision overnight. It's truly measuring the market conditions and not generically speaking, market conditions relevant to you and your company, whatever you're trying to sell. Forget the mass industry. It's about you and your company, how you become successful, how we win. And whoever was asking that question to address long-term, after 20 years, we not just have proven technology, we have what's called validated technology. Validated and viable to what and how and why a customer will buy it. And we're, yes, expanding sales. How do we expand sales? In the early days to date, the company did everything direct for what? Proving concept, proving effectiveness, and yes, technology viability. But today, over that same span of time, we didn't just sell and try to sell again and forget. We sold and we wanted to train others how to do it. Iveda's business model is all on a reseller distribution channel. We license our technology, OEM our technology to names that you don't even know have us in them today. That is our secret. That is our method. So have patience with us because the time is now. We are here and we've invested good time, good money, and we're doing it right. This is not a quick fly by night. Obviously, after 20 years, nobody can say that about us. And certainly now on NASDAQ, it's a whole different world out there for us. The kind of clients and sales opportunity that we have here in the United States and international is very exciting, very significant, and relevant to the technology that we built over time. Sales is up. Net profits, the company's been striving to meet profitability. The good news is, guys, and again, I can't speak to anything that I can't put out in an 8K, but the goal over time, we've kept our expenses low. We've maintained good cash. Because we have long-term development, we're not throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it sticks. We know how to tune things. We know how to build things for an awaiting customers. So thank you for all your patience out there, because 2024, I can't say it out loud right now because somebody's going to kill me by September. I don't reach it. They say, well, David Lee said, well, guys and gals, the goal is strong. The company is confident, and we're happy to approach that goal ASAP. So yes.
All right. So everything I got from that is the share price will be $20 next week, correct?
I'll follow that
I'm
link with
glad
it.
you have a sense of humor. You know what? No, but no, I love the answer. And Thebes, I hope that was good for you. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us. I do have one more quick question before you go.
Sure.
You've done a lot of traveling around the world. Just where is one of the most interesting places that you've traveled to?
Interesting. I'll have to say Asia, Southeast Asia. Interesting just because of the traditional tourism interests. Okay, the food, the kind people, just the exploratory opportunities. But you know what? They're hungry to innovate. They've even without the Western capital, they're hungry to adopt technology. That's what makes it interesting. It's easy to work with, and you got to find creative ways to supply tech for those countries. Eric, can I plug something real quick?
Absolutely.
I need your help. I don't think it's too early, too soon, but I have the audience. So Iveda, myself, it's official. It's on the web. It's on their website. The World of AI Cannes Festival in Cannes, France. I'm a keynote speaker alongside our customer and partner Claro. So for all who was wondering what the heck is going on with that relationship and where Iveda is and who's a true AI player, we're going to be in the world stage, and I get to share all that I've shared with you on the world stage. So very exciting. This February 9th, I'm on stage.
February 9th, keynote speaker. What we're going to do is I want to be able to pipe into that, and I will broadcast that live here at the BFC. And
Wow.
I look forward to hearing that because I think that's
Okay.
going to be inspirational. It's going to be fun. And that's exciting news, guys. It seriously is. And by the way, speaking of which, because I know we have another guest to get to, I was doing some research in cybersecurity. And although North America has the biggest market, the fastest growing market is Southeast Asia. So
Correct.
that's pretty cool.
Correct. Yeah.
So little knowledge. I learned a little something doing some due diligence this week, guys. So, David Lee, thank you for joining us, and I look forward to having you back on again.
Wonderful. Thank you all.
All right. All right. It's always a pleasure having David Lee. Well, we're going to keep this going, guys. How's everybody doing? I just want to give a quick hello out to, Justin, Anthony. Hey, it's me, Brian. I know Eric 3432. He's here for IGPK to talk a little bit about that. Michael Singleton, sailing fantastic, unbelievable. Yes, it's unbelievable that the game got canceled. At first, I was mad. I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. But you know what happens? Well, they were right on this one. Sometimes they're wrong, but they got it right. So I'm going to quit my griping because I'm going to be shoveling snow in about 45 minutes. So, it's great having you guys. I love doing these lives. It's good stuff. All right, my next guest is back for round 2. Please welcome Branded Legacy CEO David Oswald. Let's bring him in. David, welcome back to the BFC. How you doing?
Good, Eric. Happy to be here.
Great. Well, I'm gonna talk. And you probably just sat in and listened to my segment with David. The other David. This is the day of the Davids, by the way. All right. You know what the new name of this day is? Sun David. There it is. Dad joke of the hour. All right. No, but seriously. So seriously, let's talk a little bit about your accomplishments at Branded Legacy throughout 2023.
Sure. 2023 was an interesting year for us. We basically flipped the table on this company. Myself and my team took over. We cleaned house. We spent a lot of time on, kind of fixing the share structure and lots of internal issues that were going on. And, by the end of the year, I feel like we very much got everything together, and we started, being able to function normally as a company and really get stuff done in terms of, cranking out inventory and all that kind of stuff. So, I think it was a very pivotal year for our company, but it was nothing like what you're going to see in the years to come. Now that our organization is tight and everything's running smooth.
I mean, you're sitting at a market cap of under $1 million. And like looking at the share structure, and guys, look this up. It's right on otcmarkets.com. Your outstanding share count is 512 million, and your restricted is 112 million. You have held true to the commitment of that share reduction. Going forward, are you going to work to always maintain that? And listen, I know that sometimes like companies that you have to add shares, you have to raise revenue. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Right. Like that's what happens. So your overall commitment out of a scale from 1 to 10, Is that going to be a commitment to keeping that under 1 billion?
So at the end of the day, we see any type of funding or any type of acquisition that would end up being dilutive as a last resort. That's just how we're going to look at it going forward, period. That doesn't mean we take it off the table, but so far, at least, the companies that we've been interacting with, people that we've wanted to do business with, that we want to merge with or acquire, when they come in and they see what we have going on and they get to know us, that generally works for them. So the deals that I'm offering people are very restrictive. Nobody's getting common shares. Everybody's got lockout leak agreements. You know what I mean? We're just, some of the issues that have been plaguing this company in the past, there are not going to happen moving forward, and I guess that's a major change. So it's how we're going to do things. And that's the same for bringing in funding as well. So we're not issuing common stock, not for funding, not for acquisitions, just not going to do it. And at this point, our team no longer holds any common stock. None of us are going to be liquidating any shares for the foreseeable future. And when the time comes, everybody's in the lockout agreement. We're just going to keep it as clean as we can.
That's awesome. And what's nice about that is that when you have a stable share structure, going forward, the news and the financials works to be a catalyst. And I think that's what people strive for, especially in the OTC, is that, financials really sometimes they're not often the driver of moving the share price. Sometimes it's leading up to the catalyst, like a merger or acquisition. So the fact that you guys are a real company and you're working to get your products out, and that's the focus. Maybe this could be the response is when you say, all right, the market actually responded to our filing, or the market actually responded to the fact that we had an increase in sales or profit. And I just mentioned product. Let's talk a little bit about your product rollout. I did see the video that you put over on Twitter. That was pretty cool. Yeah,
our new equipment pulling in.
Yeah.
Well, we're really excited about it. Our last two acquisitions very much fit together with the rest of the operations of the company, like puzzle pieces. We made very, very shrewd deals. We did our work on the negotiating table. We made agreements that were very favorable. The list price just on the Mary J acquisition for the equipment alone was over $600,000 cash. For their IP was almost the same number. We put out, I think, 35,000 cash and some series, shares, which was great. So, keeping that commitment to financial responsibility. But in addition to that, we brought in a lot of capabilities. We brought in a lot of IP and things like a compounding pharmacy, for example. And then when we moved to All In, All In brought us a compounding pharmacist with a PhD. Wow. So it's like these mergers all make sense. I know a lot of people have been asking me questions. Oh, why did you do this? They don't have high revenue, stuff like that. And I'm like, that is a part of the puzzle piece. For example, when we look at these companies, we try to look for companies that have potential, right? We can't just go out and buy a company that makes $100 million a year. That'd be great. And our revenue would be awesome next quarter, right? But
but you'd also have to borrow money to do it.
I can't write that check. Exactly. So we're looking for companies that we see potential in, that have something going, that maybe they have an issue that's stopping them from really being able to achieve the success that they could hit with that product. And it's something that we can fix. So it's sort of like, that's a thing that we're bringing to the table for these other companies that really just helps with the whole situation. So for example, with All In, they have a whole line of really good products. They got a bunch of other interesting stuff in development as well, but they have products already out there on the shelves, and they just lacked the connections in the industry to be able to force their way into some of these larger distribution channels. And I hate to describe it like this, but it's sort of a boys club kind of situation. Either know these people or you don't. If you don't have the skin in the game to already know the right people to be able to put your product out there and have it go to 1,000 stores, you're limited. You're very limited. So if all you can sell is what's on your website, stuff like that. We can bring those connections to them. So we can take their products, bring it through our network. Hey, we got another product here for you guys. Boom, get it out there, get their sales through the roof in a short period of time, where we're not having to wait on, regulatory tape, putting a lab together, all that kind of stuff. The products were there, they're ready to go. They're going to need our help with branding on a couple of things, but really they just, they needed somebody that had those connections to be able to put their products out there, get them on shelves, get their revenue up. And you know, I believe that we're bringing that to the table for them. In addition to that, like, you know, we really vibe well with their team. We got the creative juices flowing immediately. We're super excited about some of the products they've been developing in secret. They're really excited about some of the products we've been developing in secret. You know, they as a sort of a different structure than us, and lack the ability to really do like in-house trials, preclinical studies, that kind of stuff, which is something that we can absolutely do for them. So that's going to really help some of their products that are just in late stages of development get over those last hurdles and get out to market. So, you know, we're pumped. You know, we're doing a 2-week boot camp coming up here to start the new year off, where, you know, all of our folks are coming here to our Melbourne facility. We're training up staff on some of the new equipment, you know, getting everybody up to speed. And then we're all going to go over to Tampa to that facility and check out all their new toys and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that's excellent.
Yeah.
Really, you know what? And it sounds like you really want to build the team and bond with the team. And that honestly is important. You know, a lot of times people start their businesses and the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, but bringing everybody together. I like the idea of a 2-week boot camp and, you know, going through the facilities and getting everybody on the same page. Sounds excellent. Yep.
Build the culture. You know what I mean? Be one mind for a little bit. And we're going to do a lot more with that time as well. You know, we're going to put together a lot of content and stuff for our website, for social media, stuff like that. Things that we haven't quite been hitting as hard as we should be yet. You know, because we're dealing with a lot of other stuff. So we're finally to that point where we can let our marketing team get to work. We've got stuff for them to see and do. You know, we're going to put together some interesting things that we're going to release, you know, throughout the next few months that I think people will find pretty interesting. Show you how our equipment works. Show you what we're doing in here. You know.
Yeah, we'd love to see a video tour, and I'm hoping you guys put that together. I got one more question for you.
Sure.
And this might be a hard question. So I'm sorry for throwing you a curveball, but I know people watching this are like, "Oh, that's a generic question," but this is an important question. Since you've started this whole thing and have become CEO and have dealt with the public, and now you're a CEO of a publicly traded company, what has been the biggest lesson that you've learned so far? I mean, just go for it. Give me your thoughts.
Honestly, for me, it's going to be how sensitive all of the public aspects are, and how things that are seemingly inconsequential, like terminology, phrasing, can have huge results, positive or negative. You know, and that's been a lesson for me. You know, I shoot from the hip, as you know, which can sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble. And, you know, some of the feedbacks, I can remember a tweet. I'm not gonna quote it, but I can remember a tweet that a term was used that bounced back on us just so fast. And it really kind of blew our minds. We were like, all right, okay, like everything has to be positive. All terminology has to be positive, even if you're talking about something innocuous, you know. That was a big one for me. You know, all those little nuances in social media and on a forum like this, it'd be very easy for me to use the wrong term and drive everybody nuts. So that, you know, that can be a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, I think we're doing all right.
Well, I think, you know, focusing on communication as a company is great. And you know what? Hey, I've done it on this channel where I mean, heck, when I've had Jordan on, and he has a great word bank, his verbiage is great. And I'm like, man, I can never get the right word. Sometimes I'll sit there, but I'm like, what was
how long
word?
do you want to wait for me to remember it? Is the question.
And you know what? And I'll call the guy. I'll call Jordan like 2 days later. I'll be like, I figured out the word. And he's like, why are you still thinking about it? But no, delivery.
Because I hadn't remembered it yet. And it will drive me crazy until I do.
I think you guys have done a great job communicating, especially on X, or as I still like to call it, Twitter. But I think you guys have done a good job. I look forward to seeing all your accomplishments. Looking forward to a video tour.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see that you guys are doing a boot camp, and I'm looking forward to trying some of your products. So
yeah, I'm going to send them out to you again. Yeah. You know, the things that hang us up are the things that we're not doing in-house yet. And two of the big ones are labels and packaging. So a couple of our products are ready. Newer products are ready to be released. When we get those labels, I'm slapping them on them, send them to you. And I know you're going to tell everybody how much you love them.
I will.
And I also just want to let everybody know that I'm going to be putting out a CEO letter, and there'll be some PR coming out early next week. It'll have some details about what we've done, what we're doing, etc.
That's awesome. Mr. David Oswald, thanks for joining me on the fireside. I really appreciate it, man.
My pleasure, Eric. Anytime.
All right, get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. All right. Well, that was fun, man. I'm telling you, I love doing these nice brief segments. And now, if you guys are here, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to share this video. And you know what? Buy a polo. They're nice. I love them. And actually ask Rickers if he's in the chat here. Like I sent him a shirt. He won one of our shirts. Who's gonna win a shirt today? Who's gonna win a shirt today? Who wants a shirt? Who wants a BFC shirt? I love the logo, Rob, by the way. Love it. Can't stop talking about it. And by the way, Jazz in LA posted the picture of his Tumblr in the Discord, and it inspired me to buy one. Okay. All right. Well, I know you guys want to discuss a lot of tickers here, and we've been doing a lot of due diligence. Now, one thing that I haven't usually done, is just boom, ticker after ticker after ticker. So you guys have been like really challenging me by giving me all these stocks to cover. So I'm going to give a shout out to Lisa DD Queen Matthews. We worked on a shared document on a ton of information for some of the stocks that I'm going to share. So listen, if I get something wrong, or just let me know in the comment section, like especially if it's in regards to share structure or a PR or anything like that. I am not perfect, so if I miss something, guys, let's help spread the information, the correct information. But there's a lot to go over. Unless, are we going to talk IGPK? Yes, we are going to talk IGPK because that thing is mind blowing right now. That thing is mind blowing, and all my DDs out the window. A year's worth of the DD gone, but that's what happens. But I'm going to talk about the main players that have really stepped up and hit a grand slam. But let's get into our first ticker. Let's talk about YCRM. Market cap of 3.2 million. Authorized share count of 2.5 billion. Outstanding share count of 350 million, with none being restricted. Let's keep moving here. Reporting status. They are SEC reporting and audited. And Rick Jordan is the president. President Rick Jordan. And by the way, he's going to be joining me on January 28th. If you haven't had a chance, check out his podcast, All In. Good stuff, good inspirational stuff. Give it a whirl. I think it's rickjordan.tv is where you could find his podcast. But yes, and Stocks in Focus, and I'm going to use the old slang for the OTC. Stay tuned. So you guys are definitely going to want to tune in on the 28th for that podcast. I cannot wait to have him a part of the show. So yeah, let's keep moving forward. Now, this guy has picked up a lot of buzz, Kevin Harrington. All right. This is the guy from ABC's Shark Tank. All right. So they have a popular personality, a TV personality that is one of the independent directors for this company. All right. In January 2017, Mr. Harrington was appointed as a member of the board of directors of Zenergy, ticker is ZNRG, a company focused on marketing energy efficiency and commercial security products. And we're going to look at that one. And since March 2013, he has been a member of the board of directors for Celsius Holdings, Incorporated on the NASDAQ, ticker CELH, a fitness drink developer, producer, and marketer. And as I highlighted there, yes, on the Shark Tank. He's on the Shark Tank. Well, Zenergy ain't doing too hot. They're an expert market. But no, he's not the CEO, so I don't know what's going on with the company. But I will tell you the other one he's a part of, well, is sitting at $60 on the NASDAQ and has been climbing steadily. So that's a positive thing, right? Absolutely. All right, so let's look at some of what they do at Reach Out. The company is Reach Out. That's a company that was rolled into YCRM. I anticipate they will be doing a name change at some point, and hopefully that's the case. So they do IT consulting and co-managed. Do what you do best, and we'll handle the rest. Advanced cybersecurity solutions, help desk resources to share the load. High-level consulting, strategy, and planning. Access to incredible tools, software, and reporting. High fives and drinks to celebrate success. That sounds nice. Unified communications, lower communication costs. Anywhere work with seamless team collaboration. Smooth customer journey with effective communication. Keep in touch, even if power goes out at the office. Text messages direct to your work number. Improve customer service. Real-time call data. on the performance of your team. Cybersecurity services. This is one of the big ones that they talk about. You will be breached. Now you can survive it. So this is an expanding market, is cybersecurity services. And I'm going to show you a little bit that is going to back me up on that. Automatic defense and human intervention, CIA, NSA expertise and intelligence, ransomware and multi-vector prevention, swift breach response and recovery, keep the bad actors out of your business, and managed IT services. All conversations lead to action, immediate access to support via text or phone, proactive engagement with regular updates, metric-driven results, accountability, and transparency, all inclusive plans with no hidden fees. Now, the one thing I want to talk about is how are they going to tap into this market? And I talked a little bit about this earlier with David Lee about the biggest market, the largest market. So right now, from 2019 to 2029, that's when the study was done. But the market size this year of the cybersecurity market is $203.78 billion. And it's projected to increase to $350 billion by 2029. The CAGR, 11.44%. The largest market for it is North America. All right. And the fastest growing market is the Asia Pacific, that area. CyberArk, Checkpoint, Dell, Cisco, those are all companies in the industry. So that is a little bit about YCRM. I'm absolutely ecstatic to be hosting Rick Jordan, the CEO and the podcaster from All In. It's going to be great. This one, it's on my radar. I am not an investor yet, just for disclosure, not an investor, but I am looking to invest. I'm looking for an entry point, and I will be breaking down a chart at some point. So, all right, let's get into this one. Let's do it. IGPK. Okay. This is wild. All right. Now, those of you that have watched this channel know I've covered IGPK extensively. But the problem is, well, all that due diligence is irrelevant at this point because they did a surprise reverse merger. All right. And we could take it right back to December 11th when we saw the tweet or saw the post on X, I guess we could say. IGPK has filed its third quarter report. The company has completed a reverse merger with JFH Digital E-Commerce Corp, which resulted in a change of ownership and control. More information will be released by the incoming company. Watch OTC for updates. And then they put the report there. All right. And then we have the new officers right here. Wang Dezhong, Zi Weiji, Yang Lefeng, and Wang Wei and Zhu Haiyan. All right. Going forward, look at this chart. It's crazy. What? I got Rob Simos calling me. Why is Rob calling me? Yo. IGPK just did a tweet. All right. Wait, hang on. I'm going to put you on speaker. I want you to do that again. All right. Wait, hang on. Go ahead, Rob.
38 minutes ago, the company is currently focusing on updating OTC. IGPK has no control over how long OTC takes to update the information and filing for a name change with FINRA. Monitor OTC markers.
OTC. All right. Good. Rob, thank you so much. And you should have just popped on. He's actually backstage right now. So that's good news. Name change. And I mentioned that would probably be the next course of action because I don't think they're going to be IGPK or Integrated Cannabis Solutions because the due diligence is like crazy here. We were in the midst of a nice Golden Cross 5200 and we had a big gap up. Look at that thing. Crazy. I think gap's correct, but this thing, if the DD proves right, the chart may not look back. All right. So that's what I'm talking about. And this was on Thursday. We saw significant action going on there, and that was the heart of the storm. And an influx of buyers have came in, and this has picked up quite tremendously. Now, let me just keep going here. areas of resistance that we want to beat is 005, and we want to get over that 0095. That's important. Here it is, and I took this right from online. I forgot who posted this, but basically, financial data shows that the company's revenue growth rate has exceeded 10 times from 2019 to 2022. This achievement has surpassed most companies in China. It is expected that in 2023, the company's GMV will exceed 50 billion yen, and the profit after merging service outlets will exceed 10 billion yen. The team currently has core management team and 750 subsidiaries with a total of 250,000 merchants and a total of 30 million registered users. That's insane. All right. So looking at that, I mean, I'm going to just tell you right now, and this is one of this is what I'm going to tell you. There is a video, and by the way, I'm going to give a shout out to a couple people here. Master Picks was on this one right when all that due diligence was out the window. That guy came up to the plate and cracked the grand slam, and he just started doing deep dives on what this merging company was. Zhenfeng Huang. All right. I'm going to give a shout out to Eagle, Stock Picks NYC, and Super Robot. Look at the description in this video. You need to watch Super Robot's video. It is one of the most pristinely laid out due diligence videos you're going to watch. It's 17 minutes long, and it covers this ticker in depth. I've watched the video 3 times already. And if what they're saying is true, the valuation of the company merging in is ludicrous, something that the OTC has not seen in eons. And I'll tell you right now, if this was the case in 2021 during Pumporama, let me tell you, this stock would be hitting dollars. The valuation coming in, we're talking about a valuation in the billions of dollars in US. All right. Don't forget, there's a discrepancy in currency there. All right. So, and he actually goes through and the app works. The app, they're basically a competitor with Temu. Okay. So this is going to be one to watch this coming week. I don't know, people are still building their positions. I got in at this one and we discussed this one. Now, granted, it wasn't because of these reasons, but I liked chart wise at 0007. I pounded the table on that one for the last 5 or 6 months. So those of you that were listening and you got in at that mark, congratulations. We have a winner, and I'm very excited to see where the due diligence where this goes. I'm freaking excited. Everybody should be excited. And everybody, if you're a shareholder or you want to be a shareholder, watch the video in the description. Super Robots IGPK due diligence video. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. All right. Let's go to SPCI. Let's look at the security details. $32 million market cap, 5.5 billion authorized shares, and an outstanding share count of nearly all of that. So it's pretty maxed out. Now, this is a new one for me, and I want to give a shout out. Lisa did all the due diligence for SPCI, so I'm just covering this one. So if I make a mistake, you could correct me, and I'm learning as I go because we're going to be covering a lot. All right, reporting status. They are on an audited alternative reporting standard, and the CEO is Paul D. Strickland. All right, board of directors, the chairman, John K. Park. All right, meet John K. Park, chairman of SPCI, John K. Park, MBA, MA, general partner of JP Energy Partners, LLC, partner of Epics, EPICE, SG, I don't know what that is. All right, a financing partner of Development Recon Services, LLC, founder of Honors Review Princeton, LLC, and KBG Global LLC, partner of Pico, LLC. So right now, this is his bio. I'm not going to read through this whole bio. If you want to pause it right now and sort of have a read, this is John K. Park. All right, so he has a lot going on and a lot of experience in the field. I've read through this whole thing. Pause the video and definitely check it out. Let's look at some of their most recent PRs. Spoots Incorporated, SPCI. I'm just going to say Spoots. I like a Spoots. Yeah, I'm getting a little goofy. Oh, by the way, speaking of goofy, not that I'm enjoying a little bourbon. It's been a long time. Actually, I'm enjoying. I want to give a shout out to Laura. Laura, thank you very much for this Christmas gift. As you can tell, Heaven Hill, Bottled and Bond, and I've been enjoying it. And that was all not done tonight, just so you know. I could read tonight. Yeah, completes primary acquisitions and change of control. All right, JP Energy assets for vesting control of Spoots to John K. Park. Additional assets to be announced later in exchange for vesting control of Spoots to John K. Park. The first two companies announced as part of these acquisitions are JP Energy Group and JP Energy Global Pte. Ltd. All right. JP Energy Group will continue securing and selling contracts in sugar, chicken paws, and other chicken parts. Just another topic that I never thought I'd talk about. We have plans to branch out into beef, soybean, and other commodities. JP Energy Global is a worldwide liquefied natural gas company that will continue to secure LNG contracts. All right. JP Energy and JP Energy Global secured significant funding commitments via letter of credit from a major bank in Singapore. Let's move on. This was December 21st from the annual shareholder letter. But now you are aware that I recently became chairman of and CEO of Spoots. I'm a 63-year-old Korean businessman and U.S. citizen. I received my MBA from Rutgers University 24 years ago and have headquartered my business in the U.S., mostly in New Jersey, which includes student housing for Rutgers University students, residential multifamily apartments, a lot of real estate, education and daycare centers for children, as well as a multinational commodities business. I have shipped over 160 containers previously in commodities like sugar, chicken paws, and liquefied natural gas. All right. My relationships include counterparties and investors from South Korea, Germany, China, wow, global, here we are, Philippines, and Brazil, just to name a few. All right. And so this is a very good shareholder letter update. I did laugh at the bottom here. He goes, in order to execute on my contracts, I have to travel extensively, both domestically and abroad. Please do not expect me to answer shareholder phone calls or texts, as there are not enough hours in the day to do so. And as chairman and CEO of a public company, I cannot discuss material non-public information prior to dissemination to the public. I will be appointing an investor relations person in the very near term, so that's positive. But I gotta laugh. He's like saying, well, back off. Let me do what I gotta do. You're going to get your IR person. So it sounds like they have, they're talking about engaging attorneys, and we're moving in the right direction here. So, all right, here it is, December 26th. They executed, what? Rob's beeping it again. Rob just joined the chat. What is up, dude?
Hey, Spoots just did a tweet.
Oh, fill us in.
JP3E completes impacting international cooperation agreement with China.
All right. So it looks like they're on the move. And we just talked about them being global. He's like my guy on the inside. What we got to call line. So basically, 53.4 million of fully executed commodity contract closed. All right. They're pleased to announce executing 53 million commodity contract for grade A chicken paws. Grade A chicken paws. Here's another one, December 29th, 3 days later. All right. 3 new fully executed commodity contracts, year-to-date total of 90.2 million. All right. Looking good here. They're pleased to announce the execution of 3 commodity contracts totaling 36 million for grade A chicken paws. The previous announcement was for 53 million for 1 fully executed contract. That contract has been executed. This brings the cumulative contracts to 90 million for grade A chicken paws. All right. And so, they just put up, and here it is right here. I mean, can be acquired by JP Energy, blah, blah, from China and then sold in Brazil. So it looks like they nailed the contract there. So congrats to Sputza. All right. I'm just being goofy now. All right. Here it is. 5 new fully executed commodity contracts year to date total 303 million. Wow. They're not stopping. That was on the 5th of January. So it sounds to me like they're really moving in the right direction and they're getting these contracts. All right. They're pleased to announce. They're always pleased to announce. That's like the go-to line. They're pleased to announce the execution of 9 commodity contracts totaling 303 million. That's a lot of money for grade A chicken paws. The 9 commodity contracts are the cumulative total, that includes the previous commodity announced in December 2023. All right. JP Energy Global commands approximately an 18% gross profit margin. Good. While minimizing risk, there is no current risk. All transactions are in U.S. dollars. JP Energy Global does not act as a broker. Its business model is to buy and sell these select commodities, acting as a principal, thus allowing for higher profit margins. Hey, John K. Park, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on the show. And JP3 Holdings names 2 prominent board members. They just announced 2 board members. and they are Rolf Bella Wentz, comes from the Krupp founding family. ThyssenKrupp TK is an approximate $44 billion company based on sales for the year ending 2022. Mr. Wentz will assume the role of chairman of JP Energy Global, wholly owned subsidiary of JP3E Holdings Incorporated, and the transfer pricing division of ThyssenKrupp Resource Technologies GmbH. That's a huge connection. All right. When we're talking about penny stocks and the price down here, that's a huge connection. All right. Kiso Kim is the former head of Korea Gas Corporation's introductions and sales division, and the former executive president of Koga's. In 2022, Koga's revenue totaled 51.72 trillion South Korean won, the equivalent of over 39 billion USD. So this is not some small operation. She's big on this one. Lisa Matthews is huge on this one. I'm starting to watch it more and more, and I may be looking for an entry very, very soon. And if you look, we're like in uncharted territory. So it's like, how do we talk about resistance? How do we talk about entry levels? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to do that because there's nothing here to go by. We are in uncharted water. This is the 1 year, 1 day. Let's move on and go more specifically where I would like to see entry here. Now, sometimes, what I like to see is a former resistance become a support. That's what I like to see. Recently, we've had a lot of that go on with ticker IFUS, but we're talking about SPCI here. Right now, the 9.8, that's that mark right there where there was it was battered right down and it consolidated down here. And then it broke through. And is that the new support? I don't know. It had a high of 121, but if we got support here for the next leg of the tour, a lot can happen. And now with the tweet that they just came out with, we're going to see what happens. We got the 50 MA and the trend line working in tandem right here. So I don't know. This looks good. And I am bullish on SPCI. We'll see whether or not my feelings are correct. All right, let's talk a little bit about RAKR. Market cap of 2 million, authorized share count of 500 million, outstanding share count of 499 million. All right, so it's pretty much maxed out. RAKR. Now, I really think that like this one specifically, I gotta say, it's exciting because of the product that they're gonna have. All right, so I wanted to share with you this article that was featured on Microcap Daily. Rainmaker Worldwide, exploring recent fluctuations and strategic acquisition. All right. In recent months, with occasional increases of over 400% within days, from trading around 0007 per share in late September, RAKR recently reached peaks of 0035, hitting its highest point since February last year. All right. And so they break it down a little bit. The background. RAKR, based in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, stands as a global leader in water technology. In the water technology sector, the company specializes in delivering its cutting-edge technology through a water-as-a-service model, directly supplying its products to clients and distributors worldwide. A significant portion of Rainmaker's operations lies in its 12% ownership of Rainmaker Holland BV, an innovative manufacturer center situated in Rotterdam, Netherlands. All right. They deploy 2 energy-efficient technologies aimed at providing fresh water to communities and corporations in need. The first, air-to-water technology, extracts fresh water from atmospheric humidity and heat. Yes, there is water all around us. All right, so this technology basically takes the water and the moisture from the air and it makes it usable water. It's remarkable. The second, water-to-water technology, converts seawater or contaminated water into safe drinking water or commercial grade input water. These technologies are powered by renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and electric grid, leaving negligible carbon footprints. Now, listen, if that doesn't get you excited, I mean, you think of how many countries have water shortages. You think of how many farmers have water shortages. And this is going to impact our, our living, our quality of living, not necessarily in the United States, but in third world countries. people need to remember that the earth is mostly 80% water, salt water, non-drinkable, but it can be. All right, so that's an exciting thing. All right, let's see how far they'll let them take it. Right. All right. On December 19th, RAKR extended their agreement to buy Miranda Water Treatment Systems. All right. Let's look at the deal that they had going on. This is the agreement details. The company will buy Miranda for $5 million, divided into 3 payments. Payments of $2 million US and $1 million US will be made through issuing of 40,000 RAKR shares valued at 5 cents a share. A second payment of $1 million will happen 18 months after the first payment, and a third payment will be made 24 months after the first payment. Both the second and third payments will have a 12% interest each year. RAKR has an option to pay these amounts either partially or in full prior to the closing dates. All right, here's where it gets more interesting. All right, so what? All right, so investor confidence, yes, because of the increased value, because that is a 50, when it's those shares are done at 5 cents, that's over a 1,500% gain from today's closing of 3. All right, so it looks like the upside is pretty good here. It's very good here. But let's go back and, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's an acquisition. They're doing the tranche payments. I like to say there were tranche payments. See that ILS isn't the only one doing it, but it seems like they have a clear-cut plan, an affordable plan. All right. So looking forward, this is Miranda. Here's some photos. I want to give a shout out to I think it's Stock Pop that I took some of these pictures from and some of the due diligence from. So shout out to you. Now, what I want to know is how much revenue these guys are producing as of now with their technology. What are the numbers for the company that is being rolled in? I don't know. That's the mystery. Here's another connection here, though. In 2012, to further strengthen its position in Turkey and to expand in the international markets, Miranda Board of Directors agreed to accept the partnership offer by Skyon, all right, which is owned by one of the largest shareholders of BMW AG, the world-famous car manufacturer. That's a really important connection there. All right, stock picks. RAKR could get pretty crazy. They put out an 8K mentioning the purchase agreement for 100% of Miranda. Look at some of Miranda's clients below and in the pictures. All right. You got Hilton, Chevron, BP, Marriott, Summer, New Water. I've never heard of New Water. Never heard of Summer. Well, not now because there's a blizzard here. I'm just full of dad jokes today, I guess. So yeah, that's interesting stuff to say the least. I'm excited about this one. All right, this basically is that agreement. This is the disclosure that they put out, for that 1 million and 2 million, those 40,000 shares valued at 5 cents a share. So they seem pretty confident there. As for the chart, let's take a look. And I looked at this resistance here, 0033. And then you had that close. And I think this is where the turning point was. That close there, that 334 close. And now we're sort of on the next leg of the tour. All right. That's what I'm seeing here. The next leg of the tour. Looking into it, beautiful golden cross, and it's been moving nicely ever since. So where would I pick this one up? Let's see. I went the wrong way there. Nah, not ABQQ yet. Where would I pick it up? I don't know. I would put in bid support at a 0043. I sort of like that. Right now it's just channeling here. I actually broke this down into the 3 month, but I forgot to upload it. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I like it at 0043 for a pickup. In regards to like numbers, I want to see numbers of how much profit they're gonna make, what the revenues are, the contracts that they're gonna have, and so on and so on. So right now, this has went on a very, very nice run. If I were to go in, I'd wait for some pullback and see where it goes from there. All right. Before we get to our last ticker, I want to just get to the chat real quick because we have a bunch of comments. All right. Let me get that out of there. I hope you guys are having a great day, by the way. Excellent day here. All right. I'm just taking a look. How do you win a shirt? Del Barrio wants a shirt. I mean, I don't know. This is what I'm going to do. I don't know. Hey, Rob, if you're listening, I want you to grab everybody's name that's in here right now because we don't have too many people. We have about 40 people watching live right now, which is actually a great crowd. Thank you guys for. So this isn't untamable. Let's do a random. Let's actually pick somebody to win a shirt. I will send somebody out a shirt. So yeah, lot of ABQQ, my favorite stock in my opinion. My stock can beat up your stocks, Dad. It's always good to have a little fun. Chris P. Yeah, me. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to get everybody's name. Rob, if you could screenshot this, pick people's names, and what I'm gonna do today on Twitter, if you guys are on Twitter, I will randomly pick from a hat, and I will pick somebody to win a shirt, and I will be sending it out to you guys. So, I will be announcing that. Let's say in about an hour after the show. How about that? Sounds fair? Let's see who wins a shirt. All right. Oh my gosh, it's been a great day, guys. I just want to thank you guys for being a part of this. And you are challenging me. Before I go into the last ticker, I want to say that you guys are challenging me. I never thought that we would be doing it like we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Lots of guests, lots of stocks, and I'm having fun. And as long as you guys are having fun, that's what matters. And I love giving you guys the opportunity to do live firsthand due diligence. And it's going to be a great couple weeks. It's going to be a great 2024. And you know what? Hey, it makes it even better when you have those nice victories. All right. So what I will do is, if you're in the Discord, if you're on the Twitter, I'll announce the winner to the T-shirt on Twitter, whatever. Then you'll have to reach out to me via. You know what we're gonna do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. You email me at buffalofiresidechats.com. All right, at Gmail. Whoever gives me the first email, Buffalo Fire George, you're not allowed to do this. BuffaloFiresideChats@gmail.com. Whoever sends me the first email will win a shirt. BuffaloFiresideChats@gmail.com. Do it right now, and I'll send you a shirt. Boom. All right. I'm not even going to look. I'll check after the last ticker. ABQQ. Let's get into it. ABQQ is one that I'm less familiar with, but, we have been doing our due diligence and doing the best we can. Sitting at a 5.3 million market cap, authorized share count of 10 billion, and outstanding share count of 2.567 billion. And it looks like that's pretty maxed. And these guys are into distributing. Let's see. The online service will be marketed and distributed in the world under one brand name, ABQQ TV. They have an app. They have a streaming service as well. So, and the company is granted to a company a worldwide license to an NFT movie music. All right. Okay. So they're in the entertainment. They're in distribution. They're in NFTs. This is what we're going with here. I'm just trying to be a little quick, guys. So they are U.S. reporting, SEC reporting, audited. That's nice. Xiandeng, president and CEO. And this company, yes, is based out of China. John Don, if you're listening, I already know what you're thinking. I know what John Don's thinking. He's not watching now. He said he's going to catch up, but hopefully he'll have a laugh. All right, let's move on here. All right, so there have been 4 buys. Insider buys, 4 buys, 1 sells, and we're talking about 426 million. They're working on reducing the share structure of this company. And you can see these filings right here. And so that is a focus of theirs, is trimming back the share structure. This stock used to be dollars back in the day, and this was pre-pandemic levels, and they're working to get back to those levels. That's what they're trying to do here, based on the reading that I'm doing. And of course, there's very fine print here, small print. On December 1st, 2023, the company's CEO and director, Mr. Xiandeng, canceled his 20,000 shares of Series B preferred stock. And it basically talks about the preferred stock, the Series C, the Series D. And basically, as a result of everything that they've done, the only preferred stock which is currently designated by the company is the company's Series A preferred stock. So they're really trying to trim back. ABQQ entered into a license agreement of NFT MMM with a license fee of 1.36 million. All right. An intellectual property and movie investment and licensing firm It's owned the IP of the leading movie NFT marketplace, and NFT M today announced to have entered into a license agreement, which NFT M platform IP will have granted Hong Kong Film Distributions Company Anyone Pictures a worldwide license for 2 years with a total license fee of 1.368 million. Good. You want to see numbers? All right, here, this was on November 15th, 2023. AB International Group in Nevada announced as a part of its efforts to mitigate financial impact on the company, the company's sole officer and director, Mr. Chen Deng, has agreed to reductions in employment compensations. Effective as of October 23rd, Mr. Deng has agreed to forego his $180,000 yearly salary and other benefits allowed for under his employment agreement, as amended with the company until such fees and benefit are reinstated by the company's board of directors. The print is really small on some of these screenshots, so it's pretty funny, actually. Look at me struggle. If you look at this, going back to October 23rd, I'm going to go through a bunch of the tweets. I'm not going to read them all. I just want to show you guys that these guys are very active on Twitter, and they communicate, and that's something great. All right. Management is actively exploring the possibility of returning or canceling up to 1.6 billion common shares to the company. This move is part of a broader effort to optimize the company's capital structure and provide increased value to its shareholders. The board is seeking legal advice to ensure it is able to implement the buyback schemes. I don't like the word schemes there, but I get it. It's schemes, not scams. There it is. ABQQ. There's a lot of excitement around this one. ABQQ. It now shows that no one in OTC cares about the company's business performance. So the fundamental way out for ABQQ is to plan to uplisting on New York Stock Exchange. No matter what the conditions are, we must get out of the short-sighted model of the OTC. And I could agree with a portion of that. And by doing, they're going to have to minimize their share structure. Because guess what? If you have billions and billions of shares, and if they are bringing in the money that they think that they're going to be bringing in, you got to minimize your share structure. So they're going to try and cancel shares. Haven't heard anything about a reverse stock split. All right, so this is just updates. Very active on the Twitter. But I'm not going to go into everything. Here it is. ABQQ. As of today, the film Shining has grossed box office 609 million yen during the 3-day holiday, and the total box office is estimated to exceed 1 billion yen. Now, is that The Shining or Shining? Am I wrong there? All right, let's get to the next one. New Year's progress, and this was on January 2nd. Can't wait to share with you that it will be confirmed that the company has generated 2.1 million in revenue from the Chinese film market alone this January, and this is just the beginning. Thanks for your support. So yeah, they're doing a lot. They're keeping you updated. They put out this poll. I took this poll. Please vote on what you would like. What to do with the stock that the company will be repurchased. ABQQ. Most people, and I voted cancellation too. Distributed as a dividend, it would be a waste in my opinion. Cancel the shares, tighten the share structure, move the share price up, and maybe then do a mild reverse split to get to big board. And that's it. Here it is, January 10th, a couple days ago. The CEO is consulting with the legal counsel on how to cancel all of his common stock. I mean, that's impressive. A post will be made here once the action begins. ABQQ. So, yep. Looking at the chart, I talk about the resistance levels, and this has been very nice. He had the golden cross. We've been moving and grooving. The thing is, where from here? And so right now, there was closing resistance these 4 days. And so it was a 0018. It finally broke through, and now we're back right around at those levels. Is that 18 going to hold? Right now, we're waiting on news. We're waiting on news and updates, and there's a lot of room to grow for this one. I may be getting into this one this week, perhaps, maybe. But it's nice to look at. I know some of you are. I hope you, by the way, every stock that I'm covering, I hope that you guys have major success. Just always, watch your buys, plan your trade, and trade your plan. That's the hardest thing to stick to, especially when things are going straight up. Like IGPK, for example. I mean, I didn't think we'd be in this boat, in the first week of January, second week of January, but here we are nonetheless. So You always got to be versatile. You got to adapt, and you got to always keep an open mind, especially in regards to news and information and due diligence and all that stuff. So yeah, I do like 0018. Whether or not that's going to happen, the low twos, I don't know. I maybe put a bid in for low twos and see where she goes. See where it responds to on announcements. But overall, the chart is looking nice. It's looking bullish, and it looks like it's trying to consolidate at those previous. I don't know, but it didn't do that here. But yeah, I like what I see here at the 0018. I like that, and if I were to go in and I've said, all right, I think this is gonna move, I would just hit the 2 mark, and why not? So yeah, that's all I got. I mean, like, this has been exciting to learn about a lot of these. I'll be tell you, like, RAKR, that one sounds interesting, especially with the water technology. What am I? Okay, that's a good question. If this is it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, you have to take profit at some point. And I was talking with Jordan about this, and I do believe in the psychological numbers of like 1 penny, a nickel, half a penny, like where you see a lot of selling or a lot of buying. And I do believe in the fact that, like, if we bust down the cent door, then we're full on bullish. If we hit some resistance there, I think my goal here is to take profit at 1 to 2 cents. That's where I'd like to see it. Given what we know now in the due diligence, I'll tell you that wasn't originally my thought when MasterPick started like throwing all this DD my way and all of our way. When I watched how it was laid out nicely, those guys all worked so hard on that due diligence, how it was laid out all nicely in that video that Super Robot made, my confidence level is through the roof. But as a trader in the OTC, I have to ground myself and I have to remind myself, and I have 3.2 million shares of it. I got to take profit at some point. I absolutely have to. If I don't, that's it. That's it. I just, I'd ride the thing all the way down. And there's one thing I know now is I got to stick to a plan to trade. Am I adapting to that plan now? Absolutely, because I didn't plan, on this thing, gapping up into oblivion, almost half a penny already. But there's so much room for this thing to grow, and I think this is going to be the first big runner of 2024. I think this reverse merger is going to be huge, absolutely huge. So I don't know, maybe. This is excellent, by the way. Heaven Hill, who'd have thought? It's not the bourbon. I'm excited. I'm just excited. Why? I don't know. No, but no, you know what? That's it. And Michael, you pull your investment and ride for free. I'm gonna pull, a little bit more. I see the big BS. I'm riding free. Like that's it. Like, I can't give you guys, like, I can't tell you what to do. This is not financial advice. But what I will say is that I firmly believe, that the company is gonna, like, this is gonna be, I think it's gonna do good things. I think the merger, if the numbers are correct, this thing is gonna go ballistic. But I have to ground myself and say, hey, I'm gonna take a profit. I'm gonna trim back a third of my position and take profit. That's the reward for getting a great entry. And that profit is going to be used for getting other great entries. And I've learned to be so patient. That's the thing, is learning to be patient and doing due diligence and not marrying a stock. I know, though I have married a couple, and you guys know, I love my ILS. I love my CYBL. I think they're great companies. By the way, I will make an announcement that as of this week, I will be aiming to purchase 1.5 million more CYBL shares on Speed Trader. I will put my money where my mouth is, because I believe the company is going to excel that 80 million in contracts. They're going to go far beyond that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I think the CAE is going to come off eventually. And I know you've heard it on this channel before. I know I will get some troll comments. Oh, yeah, CAE, blah, 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 or I listen, this, that, and the other. But, I have conviction in those companies. I think that, and I was going to talk a little about SAML. SAML, is now a part of the ILS conglomerate. And this isn't a shocker. When I saw somebody go, oh my God, it's a luggage company. Why are they doing luggage? It's a shell. Like they're rolling out those old businesses. It's no longer a part of it. And so, they talked about those 4 divisions. And I could sort of see how this is shaping up. You have the industrial, which is QI&D. And you have fire safety rescue, which is ERT, which is going to be rolled into SAML, which is absolutely, they're doing the plan that they laid out. When I was at the shareholder meeting, they laid out how they were going to do this. Has it been pretty? No. Has there been a lot of selling? Yes. It's ugly. But I am planning on investing and doubling my ILIS investment. I am. So we'll see where that goes. I definitely plan on doing that. He goes, check out Wowi, WOWI. I'll take a look at it. Definitely. Thebes. I don't really get into Chinese companies myself. I don't raid. Don't have a lot of money throwing them. I just invest. Yeah, Jord, SAML will buy me a few houses. Back to Thebes, he goes, I don't always invest in Chinese companies, but when I do, they're IGPK. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm gonna check the did anybody email me? Who emailed me? Let's find out who wins a shirt. Let's see if I have a lot. Oh man, I got a lot. The first person that emailed me. I can't break it down to second. There's a tie. It's Anthony DeVideo and Paul Kessner. All right. And then we had right behind them, Parajat Roy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And Michael Singleton. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw all 4 of you guys shirts. All right. You guys, I want pictures. You guys got to send me a picture of you sporting the BFC swag. Oh man, that's it. This was an overwhelming show to put on. There's a lot of due diligence, and I'll be honest. It's not easy, especially when you're not invested in the ticker. Like obviously, you want to talk CYBL or ILIS or like IGPK. It's like boom, boom, boom. You know it. But now that I'm starting to get into other tickers, I need to have a keen sense of the authentic posts. All right. The authentic DD. I really got to hone in on that. And so I'm going to keep working hard and trying to do the best, getting you guys the best due diligence. And so make sure you guys like, share. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't joined the Discord, it's going to be awesome. All right. We're already building a great community there. We have about 35 people in the Discord. As it grows, I'm going to cap it off at about 100 to 200, give or take. But there's going to be private placement opportunities. We are starting to call out more plays, more short-term and medium holds, more swings. But I got to say, I'm very excited for for 2024 moving forward. And I'm excited for all of you guys. And I hope we win it together. That's really all I got. And, I want to thank a couple of people. Thank you, producer Rob, for all you do. Thank you, Sam Scammon, for putting the merch store together. Thank you, Lisa Matthews, for doing awesome due diligence. And you're my BFC sister, and it's awesome. I really thank you for all the support that you've shown over the years. Jord Hugga, as always, even when we fight, we get along. No, shout out to you, brother. You've been great. Every single one of you, Michael, John, Sailing, Anthony, the video, all you guys, Paul, thank you for being a part of the BFC family. We're just going to keep growing. We're just going to keep doing what we do. And that's all I got. Thank you very much. Hey, it's time for me to go shovel, snow blow, whatever we do up here. It's still snowing out here. We've had 3 feet of snow. That's all I got. You guys have a great night. And remember, there is more that binds us than breaks us. Peace out, guys.